Set piece travelled extremely well in the Craven Stakes, finished third. Thoughts on that run?
Initially frustrated at the time. We were very hopeful that he'd win the race, but there were lots of positives to be taken out of it. As you say, he travelled into the race incredibly strongly. I was very nervous about him hitting the front too soon, and we discussed it before the race. And ultimately, that's what happened. You know, it was his first ever run on turf, and he ran to a much higher level than he had on his two previous starts. So it was a big step forward, and obviously we hope he's going to keep stepping forward.
And as you say, his first run on turf, first run of the season. How much improvement do you think there is there?
Well, it's impossible to gauge how much improvement that there has been, but I think knowing the horse and knowing what he's been doing at home, I really do feel the best of this horse is still ahead of us. But how, we can't begin to quantify that at home. That's for the racetrack.
And a strong pace in the Guineas would suit.
Yeah, I think so. I think looking at the race, it's going to be a big field. Big fields and £500,000 of prize money and a 2,000 guineas tends to mean that they don't crawl. So I think that that's going to expose any stamina doubts that any other horses in the field might have. Any horses that aren't milers, I think, will come unstuck the way the race is going to be run. He's definitely a miler, and I think he'll get further in time as well.
And optimum ground conditions?
I don't think the ground will worry him at all, I have to say. He was good on that lovely quick ground we got at the Craven, which by all accounts is what's most likely for the Guineas. I think by the sounds of it, unless the weather forecast changes dramatically, it's going to be a fast ground Guineas, which, to be honest, is what you expect. It's what you want, really. You don't want these Group 1 races being run on funny, soft, sticky ground. That the flat racing is designed for fast ground and Newmarket particularly. So the ground won't worry him, but I don't think it would worry him if it came up softer later in the season. He's got a big, good, clean action, and I think he'd go on almost any ground.
And you have, of course, won the QIPCO 2000 Guineas before with Galileo Gold. Set pieces in Galileo Gold's old box. Any similarities there?
Well, they hold the same entry. No, I mean, it's inevitable that people at this stage will compare them, and whatever set piece does, I suppose it's a question that I'll be asked of any future runner that I have in the Guineas. But where they're so different is that Galileo Gold made his debut in May as a 2-year-old, and in fact he probably would have run sooner than that if I'd found an owner for him sooner. This horse didn't run until December because he picked up a really bad deep-seated stone bruise in the summer as a 2-year-old. So he's going there to the 2,000 Guineas, having his second run on turf. Galileo Gold went there, already a Group 2 winner, already Group 1 placed, having his 6th start. So in terms of their progression, they're very different. In terms of the horse themselves, I think it's fair to say Set Piece is the only horse I've had either before or after Galileo Gold that I would have dared even work with Galileo Gold. Who's better we'll find out on a race course, and look, Set Piece has got a long way to come and a big jump to make to be a bona fide Group 1 horse, and we pray and hope that he can make that leap. But certainly what he shows me at home, I get a similar feeling about it. But Galileo Gold is in Ireland, busy covering mares now, and Set Piece is here doing it. So it's always hard to compare generations.
And just on the race as a whole, it looks a wide open contest. So definitely not without a shout.
It does look a wide open contest, certainly. But that's the wonder and the mystery of the flat. Actually, I always think is trying to work out what's going to happen and has changed. It's not the same horses coming back year after year. It's new talent, and that's what I find very exciting about it. It may, of course, we may have a wide margin winner that makes the race not look very open. And 10 Sovereigns is an unbeaten Group 1 winner, advertised as a Group 1 winner. Neither of them have won races over further than 6 furlongs. and you've got Magna Grecia as a Group 1 winner as well. So if one of those were to go and win the Guineas by 5, it would look like a less, one of last year's Group 1 winners, it would look less open. But I think it's sort of about 4 or 5 to 1 the field, and we're really looking forward to having a crack at it.